right, ladies and gentlemen, coming back with another fun-filled day of Elimination Method. Okay, so this is day 2 of elimination. Here's the question. What happens if there's no common coefficients? What we're going to do is we're going to multiply one or both equations by some number that will create opposite coefficients. All right, so we're going to make it happen because we can do that in math. That's just what we do, all right? So if you multiply an entire equation by some number, you're just giving it a makeover. You're not changing the values of anything. You're just making it bigger or smaller. Well, I guess when we multiply, what was going to make it bigger? Unless we multiply by a fraction. Well, we could do it. We could do it. All right, enough of me rambling on. Now I look. So listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm always going to look for the easiest way out. I certainly don't want to have to multiply both equations if I don't have to. So if I was like, hey, I want to eliminate y, I have positive 3 and negative 7, I would have to multiply both equations because I can't multiply positive 3 by any number that would give me negative 7. But I can eliminate x. I can multiply this by the opposite of what I have down here. I'm going to multiply everybody up here by negative 2. Everybody gets hit. Right, negative 2x, negative 6y equals negative 12. Now, I'm going to do what we did yesterday, which is add them together and eliminate. This is my favorite method. All right, negative 7 and negative 6 gives me negative 13y. Negative 1, negative 12, another negative 13. That means y is equal to 1. As always, this is an ordered pair. You must put your answers in ordered pairs, x comma y. Once you have a value of y, you can plug that into any equation you see fit. I'm just going to stick with the top because I like to keep things a little easy for myself. Right? So I'm plugging in 1 for y equals 6. So x plus 3 equals 6. Subtract 3. And x equals 3. Beautiful. That's what's not so bad at all. Not so bad at all. All right. I'm going to do one more here on the front side, and then I'm going to let you do the other 3 because they're all pretty much set up for that one equation's getting multiplied. All right, so number 2, if I look here, well, the coefficients of my x's are both positive, but they're 9 and 2. Again, I would have to multiply both equations, and I don't really want to do that. But I see this y here by itself. And then I look above, well, and I think in my mind, what is the opposite of positive 3? It is negative 3. I'm going to multiply this whole bottom equation by negative 3. Up until, well, I'm pretty sure all of these I've multiplied the top equation, but this is the first time I'm going to multiply the bottom because it makes sense. All right, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6x. Negative 3y. Negative 3 times positive 5, negative 15. I'm going to rewrite the other equation below it. Now I'm ready to eliminate. Y is gone. See you later, y. Negative 6 plus 9 is positive 3. Negative 15 plus 12 is negative 3. That gives me x is equal to negative 1. All right, that's my x coordinate. I'm okay with that. I don't know what just happened to my problem. All right, moving on. Now I'm going to take that negative 1 and plug it into the top one. Goes 1. 9 times negative 1 plus 3y equals 12. Negative 9 plus 3y equals 12. Add 9 and 3y equals 21 and y equals 7. So my solution is negative 1 comma 7. Fabulous! All right, so like I said, what I want you to do is pause this video. Again, if I'm going too fast, you can always slow down. You can pause if you want. if I carry on, it's pretty tight. But what I want you to do on your paper is complete 3, 4, and 5 on your own. And I will do them behind the scenes here. And when you unpause, the answers will be there and you can check your work. Okay? All right, for number 3, you should have got 4, -2. I multiplied the top equation by +4 so that I could eliminate my y variable. Number 4, you should have got -8, +5 was your ordered pair. I multiplied the top equation by +2 so that I could again eliminate my y variable, creating that opposite coefficient. If at any point, check my work and see if you can figure out what I did with the step above it. For the 5th one here was a little different because I wanted to again eliminate my y. But if I multiplied this by regular 3, I would have got 2 negatives, and that's not going to work. I need this to be +3. So I'll multiply the whole second equation by -3, giving me -6x plus 3y equals 15. Wrote down the other equation underneath, eliminated my y, and I got x equals -4. Plug that back in, and I got y equals -3. All right, let's flip over our paper and take a look here. We will do number 6, and then we're going to skip number 7. Okay, so if I look at number 6 and I want to eliminate, maybe I want to eliminate x. All right, well, I can multiply 3 by some number to make it opposite of +6, because the opposite of +6 is -6. So if I multiply this whole thing by -2, that will give me -6x minus 2y equals -4. Now when I add those together, my x's are canceled, but my y is canceled too. So it means I have 0 on this side. And on the other side, I have 4 plus -4 that's also canceling, giving me a 0. Always, before you jump to conclusions, ask yourself if this is true. If this is true, which it is, this is true, this is infinite many solutions, or IMS. That means they're the same line. All right, so I said we were going to skip 7 because 7 is just more of the same. Let's look at number 8. This is where things get a little fun. At this point, it is your choice. Who do you want to eliminate? What variable do you want to get rid of? So if you were like, hey, I want to get rid of y, then we look at the coefficients of y. And you want to think about the least common multiple, meaning a small number that both 3 and 4 go into. Well, if you're thinking 12, okay, that's cool. I'm going to just write this on this side because I want that in my brain. So I want one of the coefficients to be +12 and one of them to be -12 so that they cancel. So if I want this number to be +12, I'm going to multiply it by 4. And that gives me 12x plus 12y equals 36. This second equation underneath, I want this coefficient to y to be -12. So I'm going to multiply this all by -3. Everybody gets multiplied, remember that. So -15x minus 12y equals -30. Now, I have my opposites. They're all lined up. Let's add them together and eliminate. All right, +12 and -15 gives me -3x. +36 and -30 gives me +6. Then I divide by -3, and I get x is equal to -2. Now I have so many choices on which equation I want to plug in that value of x to. So I'm just going to stay consistent and pick a top one. All right, 12 times -2 plus 12y equals 36. 12 times -2 is -24 plus 12y equals 36. When I add 24, that gives me 12y is equal to 60. And when I divide 60 by 12, that gives me 5. Y is equal to 5. Okay? There we go. All right, that was kind of crazy. Let's do another one together, and then you can do some on your own. All right, So number 9, looking at it, x's and y's, because we don't always have to eliminate y, let's eliminate x this time. All right, so if I want to eliminate x this time, I'm thinking about the least common multiple with 5 and 7. What is the smallest number that both 5 and 7 go into? Well, my least common multiple is going to be 35. So I want to multiply this by some number that's going to give me 35. What is that number? It's 7. Okay? So I multiply. Boom. And I get 35x plus 63y equals negative 70. Now, you remember you're creating opposite coefficients. I want this coefficient to be not positive, but negative. So what do I multiply positive 7 by to get negative 35? Negative 5. Gives me negative 35. Well, minus 50y equals negative. Nope, I'm just kidding. That's not negative 5. Because negative 5 times negative 1 gives me positive 5. Now when they're all lined up like that together, I can go ahead and add them up, okay? Because we have our opposite coefficients right here. So when I add them, I eliminate x. Oh, this is what you eliminate. 63 plus negative 50 is positive 13. Negative 7 plus 5 is negative 65. When I divide by 13, that gives me negative 5. That is my y coordinate. Now I just need to find my x. Those numbers are really big, so I am going to use this bottom equation right here. 7x plus 10 times negative 5. And honestly, you could use those equations if you want. I'm just like, at the end of the day, I'm getting tired. All right, 7x minus 50 equals negative 1. If I add 50 here, I get 7x is equal to 49. Divide by 7 and get x is equal to 7. Cool beans. It wasn't so bad. It's not so bad. Again, this is my favorite method. Okay, so don't knock it. I would like you to try number 10 on your own, and then we can do number 11 together, and if you want to do 12, have at it. All right. So, what did I say? You're going to do number 10 on your own. So go ahead. First off, pay attention that they're not lined up, okay? They need to be realigned, and then you need to figure out your opposite coefficient. Let's see if you can do it. So pause the video, and then you work it out, and then when you come back, it'll be done. Okay, so I'm not sure what you chose to do, but I said I'm going to eliminate x. I look at my x's, they're opposite signs. I mean, the y's look like they're opposite signs, but then when you move it over, it's not because they're both negative then. So I'm like, I'm going to get rid of x. So I think about the LCM for 2 and 5, and I come up with 10. You know, duh. Okay, so then I multiply my top equation. After I move my y over, I multiply the whole thing by 5 and get 10x minus 20y to 5. Then the second equation, I multiply the whole thing by positive 2 because they're already opposite signs. I don't have to always multiply by opposite numbers. And so my solution was 3, negative 3. All right, so let's do number 11. Uh-oh. Again, they're not lined up, so I have to make sure they are lined up first. I need to move this 6y to the other side. So that makes that 3x plus 6y equals 12. When I write the other equation above, then that's when I analyze. And I'm like, I make my choice. Who do I want to eliminate? At this point, I usually ask the class, but no one's here to ask, so I have to ask myself. Who do you want to eliminate? I guess since I eliminated x in the first one, number 10, I'm going to eliminate y. So I think about what is the LCM of 4 and 6? What is the smallest number that both 4 and 6 go into evenly? That would be 12. Well, what am I going to multiply this 4 by to get 12? 3. So that gives me 6x plus 12y equals 18. Now we need opposite coefficients. Since the signs aren't opposite, I need to multiply this bottom equation by a negative number. Right? I'm wanting to turn 6 into negative 12. I'm going to multiply by negative 2, giving me negative 6x minus 12y equals negative 24. All right, now let's add these puppies together. I eliminated x and y again, so that gives me a 0 on this side. 18 minus 24 is negative 6. That is false. So that is not equal, so this is null or no solution. Alrighty. So again, make sure they're lined up. Then you determine, like, I'll line up number 12, but I don't necessarily have to finish it. Okay, so the only thing that's on the wrong side is this 7y. I'm going to bring it over. So I have negative 2x minus 7y equals 26. I write my other equation right above it, and I always want to make sure my y is over y, x is over x, equal sign over equal sign, like that. And now we're like, all right, who are we going to get rid of? Because I'm seeing opposite signs with both x and y, so it's your choice. I'm probably going to just get rid of x again, because it's right in the front. So I'm thinking the LCM is 14. I'm going to multiply this by 2 and this by 7. It gives me 14x plus 10y equals negative 26. Negative 14x minus 49y equals 26 times negative 7. I'm going to or not negative 7, that's not my calculator. 26 times 7. That gives me 182. Yowza. All right, cool. Now I'm going to add them together, right? We're eliminating x. Negative 49 and positive 10 is negative 39. Positive 102 and negative 26 is positive 156. When I divide that by negative 39, I get y is equal to negative 4. Went over to my area where I like to write my answers. All right, now I need to solve for x. I'm going to use this first equation, 7x plus 5 times negative 4 equals negative 13. 7x minus 20 equals negative 13. Add 20. 7x is equal to 7. X is equal to, oh no, yahoo, 1. All right, I know I said I wasn't going to do it, and look at that, I did it anyway, because it's just so much fun. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and as always, enjoy this mathematics. It's so much fun. And I will see you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.